Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to look at how to make a booklet of the elements of art and principles of design. This is what the finished example looks like. You can see the title says Elements of Art on one side, and then we can open it up and we can see all of the 7 elements of art: line, color, shape, space, form, value, texture. And then on the other side, if we flip it over, we can see the other side says principles of design, and then we have the 7 principles: balance, contrast, rhythm, pattern, movement, unity, and emphasis. So this is what we're going to be making. The first thing you're going to need to do is to create a stencil. So you can see here's my example of this stencil, and I've used it to trace all of my other elements and principles. So what you'll have is a blank square, 3 by 3 inches, and you can make anything that you want. When you're making something that you want, you need to think about how big it should be. You don't want to make anything too small because then you won't be able to draw and color inside of it. So you want to think about things that are pretty large, okay? You also want to challenge yourself a little bit. You don't want to draw anything too easy, like a heart or just a plain circle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a clover. You can see it is large. And it's something that I can easily cut out, and it's something that I can draw in. Once I have my shape, then I'm going to cut it out. And here is my shape that I'm going to be tracing. Now you are also going to get this long piece of paper here. Once you're done with your stencil, you can get the long piece of paper. What you'll need to do with the long piece of paper is fold it in half one time, fold it in half a second time, and fold it in half a third time. When you open up your paper, you should have 8 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. This is what you want. Now, the first square should be labeled. It should say Elements of Art. I would like you to make this an interesting text. Okay, this is boring right here. My other example, you can see it's bubble letters, it's colored in rainbow order. It looks a lot more interesting. Then what you'll do is you'll take your stencil that you've created and cut out, and now you're going to trace it in all of the other sections. There's one. You obviously want to go slow and take your time. You do not want to outline this in Sharpie because it will leak through onto the other side of the paper, and we're going to be using both sides of the paper. Once all of your designs are traced on one side of your paper, you're then going to flip the paper over and do the same thing to the other side, except now the first square is instead going to say Principles of Design. Then you are going to trace these again on each section, so you'll have 7 here. Okay. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to draw each one of the elements and principles.